His dog. I don't know what to do with him. Every time I like pull my mic arm over if it does noise, he's just like, "Yo, what do you do?" Same thing I always do. Alright, this is tomorrow's. The day is doing little exercises for the inheritance stuff. Tonight will probably be a little short though. I am uh, tired. Uh, which is why we're not playing lo-fi music, because I need music to help me stay awake. Mm-hmm. Implement two classes according to specification below. Container. A container class will initialize an empty list. The two methods allow to calculate the size of the list and to add an element. Second method will be inherited by the subclass. Create a subclass. Ability to remove elements from the list. Stack will add elements to stack is a last in, first out data structure. Make a pancake. Create a stack of with the older pancakes being on the bottom, the new pancakes being on the top. When you start eating pancakes, you pick one off the top. So putting the newest pancake added to the stack. And implementing your stack class, you'll think about which end of your list contains the element that has been in the list the shortest amount of time. This is the element you want to turn. In your eyes, and I'll be by your side. Demons inside. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so add is supposed to consistently add to the same spot. It's supposed to be last in, first out. It's so confusing how they have that written. Oh, never mind. That's supposed to be one whole thing. So like the last in is the first out. Right. This one, like, I don't feel like it's like too big of a deal because I think it's still just self my list append the element because like that's not gonna like that's always gonna append it to the end of the list, right? I'll carry you. I feel like it'll just be appending, and then when the other one is, it's just going to be the pop command, right? Um, yeah, because the length of like this equals 0, but the length of this equals 1. Yeah, so I think it's at the end, right? You just do pop. And then I guess it would be like mhm. A little bit of a lag there, which means I had to like, I don't know if it's just because it was starting up, but yeah. So it works. Uh, let's have it. Well, let's make sure it works. Like 23, 25, 21, 26. Yeah, and it removes 3. Shouldn't it be returning the... Oh, no, it won't. Okay, I can fix this. Hmm. Why is it? Is it because it's not as? Oh no, it should still pull from the container. Going out. Did it need the string function for? I guess it needs the string function for that. Wait, no, that's wrong. I don't know why so many words that I've written over and over again for years now just look weird to me when I write them out. Oh, copy. Wow. Cappy multitasking. What a legend. What a pro. Hmm. Hmm. I feel like this shouldn't be returning the memory. Because it's supposed to return a number. It's like this works as intended. Oh, oh, never mind. I know what the problem is. I have to make it return it here. All right, no, I don't. Wait, what is going on? Because I have to do. No, it's still. Oh, because I keep forgetting the. There we go. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why sometimes like that's such a. Like, why do I keep forgetting to put that on? Which means I also probably didn't need this. Mhm. Yeah, okay, that works. What's there? A winning always, every day that I'm asleep. Sleeping moment is a win. What's up, Rook? You surviving your first days back to work? Yeah, it trips me out that I keep forgetting that I need to do parentheses for these, or else it's not gonna give me what I want. Take that as a yes every day. He wishes he never had the vacation to begin with. Goodness, Brooke, truly a model worker. You know what? I'm gonna email your work and say you were so excited to be back to work. You never want another vacation again in your life. Not a single one. Get a lifelong vacation. There's a casket. That's all you get. All right, this one was a lot easier than I was expecting. It's just if I wasn't dumb, it wouldn't have been a problem. You get rich quick scheme. Unfortunately, everybody else is beating you to it. Therefore, you can no longer get rich. Oh, I don't even have to go to that. I could just. Ooh. Yeah, I keep forgetting. So, like in this one's particular, I did this. I forgot the parentheses and didn't realize that, or forgot that when you do this, it's you're not like actually asking for the return. You're just calling the function. So it was giving me the memory space that it was in, and I was like, what the fuck? And unfortunately, like none of the examples I was like Googling was answering the question as to why. So I had to use the forbidden technology of double vowels. Alright, what is this one? Allow me to implement two classes according to the specifications of one container class and one view class. Container class one list. Two methods. However, to calculate the size of the list, add an element. So the same thing as last class. Second method will be inherited. Try this up. The ability to remove elements from the first in, first out data. Contain has been moving it. Oh, what's up, Cook? Bro, I am like, I laid down. I would not fall asleep. My insomnia would kick in. I'd be staring at the ceiling for like 30 hours, but my body would be ready. It's been so weird though. I've been like going to sleep at the same time, but I keep waking up like an hour too early. And I'm getting tired at an earlier time than I normally do. Might actually develop a normal sleep schedule? Probably not. Because the problem is that like I'll be tired, right? Like I'll be dead tired after like stream, especially if I push till like midnight like I did yesterday. I'll be so dead tired. I'll do some other stuff and then I'll go to bed at like 1. And I won't look at my phone or anything. I'll just like lay down and then as soon as my body goes horizontal in bed, it's me and the roof are best friends for the next 2 fucking hours. But I don't actually fall asleep till like 4 in the morning. But then like 6 to 7 hours later, I'll just wake up. It sucks. I was really tired yawning so much. It's not like that's the problem. Is like I'm not even like tired. It's just like my brain's tired. Probably too much thinking. Because if it actually let me get like a decent sleep schedule, I mean, I'll just move my streams up. Well, actually, not really. I'd probably just stream for longer during the day because 6 is when I like feed my dog, which is why I end the day streams at 6. I don't know. Maybe it's because I spend that like extra hour in bed. Maybe if I like wake up before my alarm, I'll just like roll out of bed. Yeah, that works. I mean, I've done it once, and then all it ends up doing is making me tired all day instead of just tired like in the second half. Best friend. Yeah, I don't know. I've had chronic insomnia since I was like a kid. It just comes and goes. There's no like semblance to it. Usually it's more of a summertime problem though, because of the heat. Not usually a wintertime issue. But I guess this wintertime, it's like my brain's like, but I psych him out. Comes and goes. Yeah, it's not very consistent. Like I won't have the same problem like every month. Like sometimes I'll have like really bad insomnia where I just won't be able to sleep for hours. And then other like randomly for like 2 weeks here and there, like I'll be fine. Like if I go to bed and lay down, I'll just pass out at the same time, like doing nothing different. Or at least I perceive as doing nothing different. There's probably something I do different in there, but yeah, it's been an issue since I was young. That's been a problem. I think I started developing when I was around like 13, 14. Cause like for instance, yesterday I should have just completely passed out when I went to bed. I did like my full workout, which to be fair isn't like super duper much, but it's like mostly calisthenics. But it's still enough to kind of wear me out. Which probably wasn't the smartest because that's what I did before Apex, and it was probably one of the reasons why my arms weren't moving the way I was wanting them to when I was trying to aim at people, on top of just sucking at the game. These are not as robust as I was expecting them to be. How much more? Package? Mm, mm. I think it's the pop, right? I can just tell it's a pop from the first index. Yeah, so I think if I put the index, it'll be top one. So this works the way I'm expecting it to work. It'll be song name. The song is I Like Where This Is Headed by Scrawny on Spotify. On the Spotify. No problem. Yeah, I've actually I need to do that. I've been debating about, especially on this like scene, to because usually when I'm on this scene is when I actually play like an actual music playlist and not just one of the lo-fi playlists I have. Is getting the little thing that shows on screen the name of the song. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of lazy. I'm kind of lazy, and since I only really do it when I'm doing stuff like this, it's not too hard for me to just hop over, copy and paste it over. But I should do it just for simplicity's sake. Or actually, maybe do a little project. I do have like a chat bot thing as like a project that I probably want to do to mess around with like the Twitch API stuff. If I do that, maybe that could be one of the features. Like you could do like a 1 point, or you could do like a not necessarily 1 point redeem, but maybe like an exclamation point, like what song, and then it just pulls the the link and tosses it. That'll require some testing. I know it's possible. I've seen people who have that setting on their chatbots. Yeah, these are a lot easier than I was expecting. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I was honestly kind of surprised you stopped by for the new Nexus streaming. I do appreciate the lurks. Yeah, our bet is a lot simpler. I was expecting these to be a bit more robust. Oh, I guess we can do the other MIT website. And then if anything, maybe we'll just go back to the MOOC. Problem that we were working on earlier. Peter and I both streams pulled up. That's why. Oof. Actual final form achieved. Goodness gracious. Unstoppable. Content. Oh, there's also the problem sets. I can do. I've pulled out any computers for. Over that, you get hella laggy. For me, it's like if I want channel points, I can't do more than 3. Because I don't know if it's just like a Twitch thing, but I use like Opera GX and it's like it starts not giving me channel points for or it'll be like random, like what channel I get channel points for. But like for me, it's like 3. Though if it's like I also have to be kind of careful though but that's just more of like a tab in general thing. I have to like manage the tabs I have open because if I have too many tabs open, it starts crashing the hell out of my Twitch streams. Sag. Yeah, it's just because like I think it's probably an Opera GX problem because Opera GX and Twitch don't play nice because Opera has a lot of things like built into the browser that Twitch just doesn't like, isn't a big fan of. But I like the browser better because it gives me more control over stuff. Like for instance, when I stream Apex, I can like throttle my browser to not take a lot of RAM and CPU, so that way it's like I can still stream and not have OBS crash. Oh, 5 tabs right now, pushing the limit. Pushing the limit. Goku really looked at it at the 4 and went, about 5, buddy. What about 5? True. Going further beyond. Plus ultra. Firework of flowers off in the air. Going so further beyond. Even even swapped the mangas. Oh no. I don't understand what they want me to do with this. Implement a function that meets the specification below. Do not access data attribute. I'm guessing I have to. Do I have to write 2 class objects? No, it wants me to write a class object, doesn't it? These beautiful. There we go. Returns a to-do object. Okay. Oh, okay. This is actually kind of cool. I want to try this. Finally, one of these that are interesting. What's up, Zephy? Are you mentally prepping yourself? I've got love. I want you. No need for prep. You've accepted your fate. Hey, you got the nugget. Same. Same. I've been using that so often. Yeah, nuggets emotes are pretty good. That and like or Soju are like the 2 I use the most. Uh I've been debating about trying to make emotes again. They're gonna be scuffed as shit, but I doodled some stuff for some people for Christmas, and then it kind of made me want to like doodle some more. I don't know. Maybe there'll be like a random like scuffed emote drawing stream on a weekend or something. Like I say this, but I still haven't put the emotes I drew like in what August up because I keep forgetting they exist. I mean, at least you get to go back to Touche in the way. Laying the smacketh downeth. Putting people in their place. Anime recommendations? I mean, you can tell me which ones you like. I don't really watch a lot of anime. I don't have, I guess, like, quote unquote, I mean, I guess I do have time, but like, I read a lot of manhwas nowadays more than I watch animes. I don't have the patience to sit there and sit through 30 minutes when like 15 minutes of it is really all that's worth paying attention to half the time. What's on your list? Tell me your top three right now. What are your top three animes? I come back one day from class and then bam, new email. Yeah, probably. I mean, like, I'm thinking of making one where it's like holding a bowl of like ramen noodles or something and just slurping up some noodles. Even though I kind of like, I think I started working on that one towards the end of the last one. The big thing would be like I'd have to see if I can somehow like draw a bear model, like a bear silhouette that's not super fucking scuffed, and then use that to do like scuffed puddle things and like other stuff. It's just that I hate my own drawing. Doesn't matter how much people are just like, it's cute. I'm just like, it is the most hideous thing I've ever seen in my life. Burn it. Like I was drawing a Christmas doodle for someone who I need to draw them a birthday doodle, but I have till the end of the month, so it's fine. Um and the sheer amount of times I had to talk myself out of just deleting it and just not doing anything after I already told them that I would do it. Way too much. Way too much. Let's see. Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War, whatever thingamajig. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. DS, DS. I have a feeling like the letters shoot interesting. Like my brain, I think. Oh, oh. You could have just said the Seven Deadly Nights sequel. I would have known. I haven't read the manga for that. I read the first one. This the original Seven Deadly Sins. I haven't read a lot of the like follow up mangas for stuff. Like I read Fairy Tale, but I haven't seen like I haven't read uh the 100 year I googled it on my other monitor. I mean the TSDS seemed really familiar because I played the gotcha game. But yeah, I read the original Fairy Tale, but I haven't read the 100 year one that they did, nor the other manga that the mangaka was working on. The Eden one. I read a little bit of it, but not too much. Or Fairy Tale. Yeah, Fairy Tale is probably hands down one of my favorite mangas. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Mostly because it gave me nostalgia to what was that other manga called? Raven something? A really old one I used to read when I was younger. What was it called? I don't know if it was made by the same person, but it gave me like a lot of vibes for it. Let me see if I can remember what it was. Rave Master. That's what it was called. Yeah, by the same mangaka. Rave Master. Like I read that when I was younger. That's an old one, but a good one. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason that like I don't I don't watch a lot of animes, bro. If I'm gonna like the terrible I gave a friend of mine a heart attack because he's a big like My Hero Academia fan, like huge My Hero Academia fan. I mean, he was just sitting there talking, and this was like back when like My Hero was first like coming out on the mangas and stuff. And I just sat there and I was like, Zatch Bell is better. I fucking flipped out. That shit was so good. Zatch Bell's a good one. That's another old anime. If you haven't seen that one's really good. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's got a similar like power premise to what's it called? Like the names escape me now. Ooh, the Magic Knight one, the Black Bull Knight dude. Black Clover, where like they have spell books, but it's slightly different. Yeah. But Zatch Bell has like it's got like a similar premise where people have their these like spell books, but they're like attached to an individual like a special person thing. I forget what the thing is called. It's been so long since I watched it. Uh, but they unlock spells and shit like as they get stronger. Like it's a really good one. It's a bit more. It takes itself like call it less seriously. It's kind of like Gintama, where it's got a lot of like just meme troll stuff and then just like epic moments like out of nowhere. That's pretty good. Yeah, Black Clover is really good. I need to get back into reading that too. I was a very big fan of that, mostly because I really liked the concept with the spell books and stuff, and how like all the spells weren't just like Harry Potter bibbity bobbity boop shit. Like there's a lot of like different variations. Gave me a lot of like, wow, this is someone who's probably seen like D&D stuff. I was a very big fan. It was very good. Uh, but I haven't really kept up with animes too much. I watched some what is it? Shangri-La Frontier. I watched a little bit of that. I think I watched like the first season. That one wasn't too bad. I used to buy manga. Now I go to websites because I'm broke. I used to collect Shonen Jump. Like when I was younger, I had a Shonen Jump subscription. And then I collected Ice Shield 21 mangas. Like the actual physical mangas. Ice Shield 21 is probably like will always be my number one sports manga. I know there's been good ones. And there's like good ones that are older and good ones that are newer, but to me, it'll never top that. It'll never top Ice Shield 21. That shit was so good. That's so good. I love it. I still like basically remember like the amount of times I've read that manga over and over again. If you haven't read it and you like sports mangas, well, ones that have like over the top like stuff, not like probably something that's like similar to Kuroko no Basket. Ice Shield 21 is like that, but football. It's pretty good. It has like like it has maneuvers that are like plausible, but then it like over dramatizes them, which is really good because it's actually really funny. Like a lot of people harped on Kuroko no Basket. I think that's how you pronounce it. The one with the little short dude who's like quote unquote invisible while he's doing stuff on the stuff. But there was a really good YouTube video I came like just randomly got suggested to me. I think like a month ago of a guy literally showing like in the NBA people doing the same maneuvers that were being done in the show or like in the manga, and I was like, oh wow. I was like, I knew some of these were like legitimate, but I didn't know like so many of them were stuff that people were pulling off. It was really cool. But yeah, there's definitely been good ones. I really, it's like what is it? Like Demon Slayer? I've never seen a lick of Demon Slayer. I've seen clips. I've seen like the most I know about Demon Slayer is whatever they did in the Grand Blue Fantasy collab, which even then I skipped most of that. But I will say that like the like AMVs and the clips that like pop on my YouTube recommended just randomly from time to time for Demon Slayer, those go hard. Those go pretty fucking hard. Those are pretty good. Helps when they choose like really good music. Oh, break time's over. Back on the clock. Get to work. Yeah, yeah, shush. No, we're restarting that one because I couldn't hear it because of the fucking the stupid thing. Blue Lock? Unfortunately, I haven't like seen anything about it. I am not overly interested in soccer mangas, and that could be blamed for getting my fill of soccer manga. Like, there's a really old soccer manga that was really long standing that I read too much of it and I got so so bad with soccer mangas. I've seen a couple of clips of the like some of the action shots, but it's pretty cool. But I will say that like some of the clips where it's like they have their little monologue going of them talking to themselves, I'm like, shut up and kick the fucking soccer ball. like you're talking too much. Like, shut your mouth. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's like a constant thing, but the clips that are, get really popular have that. There's like too much inner monologuing as they're like slow down for like 12 minutes on this kick they're about to take. It's too much. It's too much. Again, if I wanted to wait that long for someone to do something, I'd go watch Dragon Ball. And then back in. Mhm. Don't like your Go Dragon Ball. Like I, as someone who like, I watched Dragon Ball. As someone who's read like the Dragon Ball manga, oh, ads are gone. I'll hit you with the history when the ads are done. I'll see you in 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. Uh, is that already done for you? I caught it, so I stopped talking because I saw my ad one live. So I was like, oh, I'll wait. I'll wait before I hit you with the spiel. All right. So, as someone who's read the entirety of the original Dragon Ball, like when Goku was a wee little child, right? In like physical form. Because I lucked out in one of the, and there's this tiny library, like in when I was in like elementary school near my house, that for some random reason had like an entire corner of just mangas. And one of them was the entire series of Dragon Ball. And then stayed up every Friday night for Toonami to watch Dragon Ball when that was like airing over here. I can only take so much of 3 episodes of Goku screaming with flashbacks into a spirit bomb. All right. Eventually, I hit a point where it's like, I can't. Not to mention, in my opinion, Dragon Ball peaked on the Cell Saga and just has been downhill since then. Just saying. Just saying. I'm one of those people. The Cell tournament was where we peaked, and we've never been back. Didn't like the Boo Saga. The Boo Saga was okay. it wasn't like it was like, you know, it's still like up there, right? You know, like the peak of the mountain. It's not like the tip top peak. You know, you take like you shave off the top like 100 feet, so you still got like some imps there, right? Like it's still kind of on the way down, but it's just for me with like the Majin Buu saga. It was like it was such a repetition, right? Of initial form, next form, final form. You know that they've been doing for so long that by then I was so tired of it because it's like Frieza, perfect Frieza. Cell first form, cell second form, cell perfect form. Boo, Kid Boo. Well, actually, it's like Boo, Big. Well, I don't remember. I don't remember if it was like Kid Boo or like Big Boo first, right? Where he was Squishy Boo, then he was like Lean Boo, then he was like Kid. Like it's too much of a repetitive cycle with their antagonists. So like by the time like we hit Cell, like I felt like Cell really hit it perfectly with how he was doing it, and then we hit like Majin Buu, and it was just the same cycle, and I was like, it was still fine because it was funny to watch Majin Buu like turn people into candy to eat them, but like and get stronger because that was like a different little trope. But as for like the overall cycle of like their antagonist, it was the same shit, just different person. So it's kind of like why I say like kind of goes down. I didn't watch too much of Dragon Ball GT, but I did like the forms, the new forms, like the whole like quasi half like hairy monkey chest with tail form. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, Fat Boo, Evil Boo, Super Boo, and Kid Boo. Yeah, it's just the same trope though, right? Like you know, you see what I mean? It's like initial form, power up, perfect form. And then it's just like, can we just have some dude that just whoops some ass and then you know doesn't have to go through like 20 forms? Which I'm pretty sure they've done some variation since, but still, like you know, I'm just saying, it gets a little old, it gets a little repetitive. Not to mention, like I started liking like other types of. Because I think around the time like I stopped watching Dragon Ball was when I stumbled into Berserk, and that was a whole different like, bam, just completely a different off track interest in mangas from there. If I wasn't seeing some dude getting cut in half, I wasn't reading it. Except for Full Metal Alchemist. Well, actually, no, Full Metal Alchemist too. That is actually Full Metal Alchemist. I will say it till the day I die. Is probably hands down my favorite manga of all time. And when they did the Brotherhood anime, to like, because the funny thing with Full Metal Alchemist was like, there was a gag anime which was typical of a lot of mangas back then, where like they would do like an animated series, but it wasn't like actually based on the manga. It was like a little like runny, like funny gag things, which to be fair, some of them were hilarious. But then they did Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which was actually based on the manga, and oh, fantastic. Full Metal Alchemist will always be my number one. That is my best manga of all time, like bar none. I don't care what anybody says. This is just personal opinion. I can. Oh, it's too good. I blame I blame the female Armstrong for my taste. Honestly, it's I'm pretty sure it's like her fault because I feel like that was like the real first time you get one of those waifus. Super Saiyan 4, I don't know the number. I just know it was like yeah, he had like the red fur on his like arms and chest, and then he had like the tail back, and he had like I guess like fancy pants. I don't remember. Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, I thought that form was kind of cool because I felt like it was like a throwback, right, to the angry monkey thing, but like not angry monkey. And then they just never did anything with it, and it just went back to shiny hair, and I was like, Resident Sleeper. All right, I'm actually. I was about to be like, I'll just rewrite this whole thing. I'm way too lazy to do that. Where's that file? Oh, no. Right? Yeah, like how like in the like I always thought it was kind of a waste. Where like right in the like the OG Dragon Ball, like when Goku's still like younger and he has his tail, and even when he's like slightly older, because I don't think he doesn't get it chopped off. I think until Dragon Ball. See, I think at the beginning of Dragon Ball, or is it the end of Dragon Ball? I don't know, but like I think it was a waste for them to just completely toss out the giant ape transformations they did. Honestly, so I thought it was really cool when GT kind of like brought it back a bit with like still in humanoid form, but in still with some monkey stuff. I thought that was really cool. It was still Goku, right? That he was like they cut his tail off to keep him from transforming, and then they did the same thing to Vegeta. I was thinking when Vegeta was like in big ape form, they like chopped his tail off with the destruction disc. I remember right. It's been a while since I read those. Right, so I need to make a function that Goku, that was an OG series of Vegeta. Okay, yeah. So Goku's was OG series. All right, so I kind of half remembered it. I knew somebody got it chopped off in the OG series, and I knew somebody got it chopped off in. You see, I was on the right track. I just couldn't remember who was where. But yeah, like I don't know. I just always thought it was like a bit of a waste because they just like chopped the tails off, and then they were just like they just forget they existed, and it's just like, but the monkey, the ape form was sick. I don't know. As a very big Godzilla fan, I was a fan of the ape forms. Crashing out Jimbo. What does it do to? Does it do to something I need to actively be concerned about, or is it just because of gaming? It's a song from Encanto. But yeah, it's a Disney song. Woke up yesterday thinking you were gonna play a few games and go to sleep diamond. Oh, Jimbo, you poor soul. What did I tell you about ranking up in Riot games? Oh, Jimbo. Jimbo, Jimbo, Jimbo. Jimbo. You just don't listen. I try to save you from yourself, and you just don't listen. From a movie, and you liked it. Yeah, it's a lot of that movie had like a bunch of songs going around. I've never watched the movie. I heard the song on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." Went over to Spotify. I went like, "There it is, awesome playlist." Yeah, the one with the big strong sister. A really good song. Music video's not too bad either. Alright. First, we'll write what the two lists are going to be. Two days equals time for everyone to start AFK botting to derank their smurfs and always being on your team. You would think if that's such a common issue that they'd have, because you read into it a lot, they would have some sort of system in place to like catch those people and just like, I don't know, ban them from ranked or something. I don't know. I could have told you that in almost any Riot game, if you're like, yeah, in a few days doesn't mean shit. That's the other problem with Riot. They take too long to ban shit. Uh, but like, this has been a problem with Riot, like even back when I used to play, like League of Legends and rank up. The last couple, which I mean, I feel like is in general just an issue with ranked in most games, is like you get shit like that all the time, and it gets really annoying. It's extremely difficult to rank up towards the end of a season. Usually, like the only people who care are like people in a rank where they lose points if they don't play. But then the problem is that you can't do that to everything because um you can't do that to everything because not everybody cares for that sort of ranked experience, and then you just won't have your rank experience populated at all. Mm-hmm. All right. So S1 and S2 are strings of letters and spaces separated by commas. Visit Spain, Brazil, Canada, Spain, Japan, India. Returns a to-do object whose name is the part of S1 until the first comma, which is easy. Things in the object are the parts in S1 between subsequent commas or the end of S1, without the things in S2 between subsequent commas or the end of. All right. So S1 list. Mm. 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 Insta-locking Reina and blasting music till the act ends. Honestly, that's the mood you should have. That's if you're going to rank at the end of anything, pretty much any game. That's I think like the only game I've played where ranking like that, like ranking, you can still be kind of serious about it, is TFT, just because of the way the game works. But anything that's like team based, like that's just how you have to rank. You just got to be like, I'm gonna take a character I'm good at, and fuck it, we ball. May the cards lay where they'll lay, and you just go along for the ride. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Leave a young thing alone. Oh, I'll still need this to test. Okay, it did split it up how I wanted it to. Good. As long as that works, we're good. We can move forward. All right. So we need to create an object. And for this, we need the name, which will be this one, list 0. And then a list will be S1, list 1, the rest. Locking in. He's going deep. All right, good luck, Jimbo. Try to have some fun along the way. I thought I was special, wasted my potential. Painful, painful. All right, so first step is name is the first part uh until the first comma, which is the to visit, which is why we have it initialized to this index 0, which is the first index. And then the list itself for the object is basically from the second string, so index 1 till end, which is why we have 1 semicolon. Because if I'm thinking, if you don't do 1 semicolon, it doesn't make it a list. Like, it has to be like this if you want it to tell it that it's the full list that's being sent over. The things in object are the parts in S1. All right. Without the things in S2 between commas or the end of set. All right. So then. So then what this will do is we'll do S1 to do dot mark off or element in S2 list E. Okay, every time I write a for loop, I just remember rook, and it makes me want to drop kick a rook off like a cliff. I hate that. What? Yeah, yeah. You're fucking want to do a while loop. Let's fucking do a for loop. No, you don't understand. All right, you don't get it. Every time I write a for loop, I fucking remember him saying that, and it pisses me off. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. There's been a couple times where writing a for loop wouldn't work, but like when it comes to that, like I'm so sick of it. It keeps fucking popping up in my head. It's been like a month. I just want to fucking drop, kick his ass off a fucking cliff. Oh, in game, obviously, in game. Yeah, trying to make a country named in game that has a cliff on it. Oh man, it's like I don't know why. It's like I write a for loop. I remember. I get mad. Like it's just it's just uh, like piece of shit. It's such a pain. It happens all the time. I shit you not. I get so mad. I get so fucking mad. Ugh. This should now turn this into a to-do thing, right? Yes, yeah. Use your while loop, be disgusting. The thing what you've done, you're such a hooker. Oh, it makes me so mad. I just hate it. Burgers or hot dogs? Oh, that's such a hard one. To me, like realistically, if I had to choose, I think I would probably like if I have to, it has to be A or B, right? Because usually I'm the type who I'm like, it just depends. Sometimes I want hot dogs, sometimes I want burgers. But if I had to choose, it would probably be burgers just because on the fact that over the entirety of my life, I will still be willing to eat like a kind of shitty burger, but a shitty hot dog, I refuse to eat it. Like I just refuse to eat it. Now, to be fair, the amount of shitty burgers I've had versus the amount of shitty hot dogs I've had is like huge difference. Like I have not had very many shitty hot dogs where I go like, this is disgusting, get it the fuck away from me. But like the amount of like shitty burgers, I mean, I've eaten a lot of McDonald's in my life, so you know, it kind of goes up there. But yeah, if I had to choose, it'd be burgers, honestly, because I've had like more burgers that I'm like, this shit is fantastic. While like hot dogs, I can live without. Like I've been craving burgers for so long, but all the burger joints here, like, mostly too expensive. Like I have to make do with fucking Culvers because we have a Red Robins, but like they're slightly overpriced for what they give, and they haven't really been giving out coupons recently. So yeah, if I had to choose, I would say burgers. All right, let's see if this worked. See if it didn't break somewhere. All right, it didn't break, but I don't think that's right. Wait, is it Brazil, Spain, India, Japan? Oh, I think it might be right. Spain, Brazil. Yeah, it actually is right. Pretty sure that's the answer. It's supposed to be Canada. We did it. Hey. Shitty Sonic a couple months back for hot dog or for burger. Because I like for me, when I used to eat at Sonic, my go-to, I only liked ordered one thing from Sonic. Like, well, not like one specific thing, but like I had like one order that I had from Sonic. Order it every time. I would order the foot long chili cheese coney, and then like a large order of uh tater tots with like cheese on it, like melted cheese on it, and then just like like two sides of marinara sauce, and that's all I would ever order from there because that's all I ever thought that Sonic was good for was just a hot dog and the tater tots. That was it. Chicken sandwich tastes a little funny, and your lemonade was tangy. That's that's what you get when you when you order something that's not a hot dog at Sonic. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, Goku. I don't know what to tell you that one. Didn't get any straws or sauce for your chicken. Sounds about right. Checks out. Checks out. Honestly, like honestly, like I just like I'm just reading it and I'm like, yeah, Yeah, I refuse to order. Like honestly, I refuse to order anything but the hot dog and the tater tots. Like the French fries are fine, but I'd like tater tots over French fries. Like it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Also, this was a lot easier than I was expecting. What the fuck? They had me like ready for shenanigans, and then this just ended up being like extremely easy. I'm just gonna copy this and put it in the other in here because it's actually a pretty good like extra example to have. I don't know why it's true, and he makes it fast, right? Because he's got to go fast. So you entrusted not only to Hedgehog, but Hedgehog that prioritizes speed over everything else, and like that's just that's just how it be, how it be. Intercom was so busted, so had. Yo, that's how you. That's honestly your number one warning sign when you go to if you go to Sonic and and like the fucking intercom doesn't work at the menu. Chances are it's probably not a very good Sonic. And honestly, it's probably not a very good Sonic. That's the equivalent of going to like a Waffle House and not seeing the chef outside on the sidewalk smoking if nobody's inside. It's you don't see that. Probably not a good Waffle House. Honestly, probably not a good Waffle House. You might think it's kind of weird, but as someone who's eaten a lot of Waffle House, anytime I've seen somebody in the kitchen when nobody's there, it's been kind of bad. It's been kind of bad. But every time the chef's been outside taking a smoke break that you know damn well he's been smoking for the past like 2 hours because nobody's showed up, and he comes inside, best fucking hash browns and waffles I've ever had in my fucking life. Blows my mind. I'm sorry. I try not to cuss too much, especially at night, because once I start cussing at night, I just keep rolling. But like, those guys, I love them. I'd give them a hug and then sanitize myself after, because you never know what's going on. All right. So it wants us to copy this. Wait, why is it hidden implementation? Confused. Do I have to write them? No, because it says do not modify. I'm confused. Ordered a chili dog, then it would have been good. I'm telling you, honestly, if you're going to Sonic and you're ordering anything that's not just their like chili cheese conies, you're doing it wrong. It's probably like the only thing they actually know how to cook over there. I don't understand how they want this to work. Cause like they tell you don't modify, but then like half of the class has nothing. More than half the class has nothing. And then it just says commented out hidden implementation. But then it wants you to compute it. What the fuck is this? Bruh. Fighting Shadow your food good. Probably being chased by Amy, let's be honest. Shadow's too busy, making money fighting his Glocks. He ain't got time when Sonic's on his like fast food grind. But Amy knows where he's at, so she's gonna be like, "Oh, Sonic, come here." And Sonic's like, "Shit, just trying to make some money from my rings." All right, I'm gonna go back and grab the problem sets for this at least and see if that gives anything because it says don't modify, but again, like I'd have to actually put shit in for here because this isn't like there's nothing in here. This isn't gonna run. Yeah, we're just gonna skip this. Gonna go see if the problems. That's the only issue I have with like MIT. Sometimes they just give you something. They're like, hey, this don't change this at all, and then you look at it and there's like nothing in it, and you're like, well, there's nothing in there, so it's not gonna run. So I have to change it if I want to use it. Honestly, I'm about to just say fuck and just write my own things, but let me see if there's a problem set with the lecture that I'm actually following. See if those are better. The problem set 5. What do we got here? What are we working with? Color blindness filter. Seems interesting, but introduce you to the topic of library use. Using existing libraries in order to accomplish a goal. The problem set involves writing very little code. The learning process is finding useful functions that do the work for you in the existing libraries. Expected to make use of web search to locate the necessary function. Human eye contains 2 types of photoreceptive rods and vision in low light environments. Night cones are responsible for color vision. The types of particular color, that is red. Red, green, and blue cones all work together. Full spectrum colors, for example. Color blindness. Actually, this part is to filter. Create filters to simulate this. Make use of Python's import image, which is a sub library or set of functions and methods related to processing pixels RGB. With a matrix yeah, matrix multiplication. I don't know why I want to read that as manipulation. And color blindness transform RGB, particularly pixel. They're represented as a vector with 3. Hmm. Should probably do, like at least figure out like put some mileage in on this one. But at the same point, there's only like 12 minutes left. So I'm gonna end stream today a little early. I'm not like as like brain dead as I was when I started, but my brain's still pretty bleh. Image to pix file name. First helper function will convert the image to list of pixels. output is this corresponding to the pixels. The list will. I want to open the image data of the module documentation for, aka something I don't have. Nice. Oh, stop. Mm. Help. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Where's the other one? F22. Yes. There we go. I was like, am I gonna have to randomly find the image? No, I found it. I should probably export the or extract this. A folder over in I'm assuming image 15 is what we want. So we need to import. .png. We want it an extra problem. Does it just not want the PNG? Oh, maybe I spelled it right. But I still think it needs a PNG. Okay, yeah. If I spell it right, it works. Hee Oh, but that means if I want to open something in a folder that's not in the local folder I'm using, I need to import OS and make a path, don't I? Oh, that's gonna be fucking annoying. Ah. All right, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Mhm. All right, so now that I know that that works, we can actually start working on some of the functions. Uh, list or tuple of formats to attempt to load the file. Use restrict the set of formats checked. Where's the because the format is what they want us to use. Because it says to convert the image to a list of pixels, the input is a string representing an image file. And the output is a list corresponding to the pixels in the image. The list will consist of 3-element tuples that correspond to the RGB values. So we need yeah, the format one. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. What do I want it to do? It needs to. Wait, is it the tuple one? Mhm. So I'm understanding this correctly. It needs to be. Mother. I'm telling you, the break timers are always like horrendous for me. Whatever. It's fine. I haven't really gotten too far into it, so it's a decent enough stopping point. To be honest, I would have rather been working on the other one, but the whole like, or like, hey, here's a quadrilateral formula like class that we've made for you. By the way, like don't modify it, but also by the way, everything but the initial, actually even the initialization process doesn't have anything because we hit it all for some godforsaken reason. Probably because it's like in the helper or something that they handed out. And it's like I could just write it myself. Like I could just say suck at my left nut and then just write it myself because it's not like I'm turning this in for a grade. But at the same time, I would have been like, well, at the same time, one, learning how to like use these like image things intrigues me. So I would rather do that on the problem set. Because I do plan like when I finish like listening to all the lectures, I plan on going through all of the problem sets that I've been skipping and then like kind of just working through them and seeing what was in them. The entire reason I've skipped them is because first of all, there's only 5. Second of all, they don't really pair up nicely with what's given, right? They give you 5 problem sets for 26 lectures. So it means it's not one to one, right? And when I did the first one, I think it was like I was like in the first one, you could do it from the very first lecture. It took 4 lectures before I could even do the first problem because that's when they finally taught you everything you needed to know about it. And then I think it wasn't until like uh the 6th lecture, which is where you could do everything. And then I haven't and then as soon as I figured out that's how that was, I just haven't gone back to do problem sets 2 through 5, which I should, just because they'll probably have things worth learning. And since I have a more decent grasp of how this works, right? Like I've been importing stuff like for uh for the what you calls them for words for this like right like importing image and learning how to use this like it's not too big of a deal like because I already know about like the path thing thanks to the side project I've been working on because that one's for like finding making deleting files and the directories and stuff and so that's all like I instantly knew and like fuck I need to make like a path or something which I'm assuming like the PIL library has to have something for that so I wouldn't have to pull in like OS but I don't know I'll have to learn because this one at least straight up at the top they're like yeah no you better get that Google foo out buddy you're gonna have to be reading through some shit to do this one which to be honest acceptable I'll take that because in all honesty you need to that's it's an important skill to have it's just I don't think the course does a very good job of teaching you how to handle it. I'm gonna get something to eat. It's all good. I'll be wrapping up here soon. Hopefully get something tasty. See, I'm hungry too, but it's too late for me to eat past my eating hours. What happens when I only have one meal a day? Or, well, one meal on this day. But I usually eat 2 meals. Well, meal and a half. The first meal is usually not very hefty. Speaking of, I need to remember when I get up tomorrow to ask mom if she wants me to cut up the chicken some more. She wants to do this like she's been doing this thing where like we've basically been doing like queso at home. But we were using Velveeta before, and then she found this recipe for doing it with cream cheese that was really good. At least I'm a huge fan of it. I like it. And she liked it too, which is 1, healthier. 2, it cleans up a lot nicer. 3, when I heat it up, it's not like I gotta treat it like I'm dealing with napalm. So it's like pretty good. So she wants to try to make these like queso chips that we usually do with it, where it's like we got the Tostito scoops, and you put a little bit of the queso in every scoop with some like chicken or like ground beef or something, and then you put shredded cheese on top. Pretty good stuff. You toss it in the oven, let the cheese melt. Delicious. Big fan, big fan. But I need to ask her if she wants me to cut the chicken up more because because she cooked a whole chicken in the oven. I don't know when she did it because she didn't. It wasn't in when I was before I started the day stream, so she had to done it while I was in either like before I woke up or in the day stream already. But I have to ask her because I put it because usually I'm in charge of like putting food away in the house, which includes like cutting up large chunks of meat, like pork shoulders or large hams, or in this case, a whole chicken that that we do. So I have to so like I cut that up, but I cut it into relatively large chunks because usually like when we make whole chickens, we usually eat it in like sandwiches and stuff. I don't usually cut it like shred it, right? Like I usually cut pretty decent sized chunks out of it. So that way you can make like a it fits on a sandwich pretty nicely. You won't have like too much stuff like falling out. But if she wants to do that, I'll probably have to like at least like cut it into smaller pieces. I'll have to ask her, see what she wants tomorrow when I get up. Oy, oy, oy. Bro, I so I've been like cutting calories, right? Because I'm trying to lose weight. Well, I'm trying to get to uh lose enough fat to a point where I'm like content, which I'm almost there. We're close. I think if I can do another like 5 to 10 pounds, I can physically get to a spot that I don't mind. Um, but the the my parents like the big thing I implemented it in was my parents basically went uh to visit my brother's family. Uh and that's when I like and that was about a month. Like they were gone. And that was a big one where I just like cut down a lot on like the actual portions I was eating, and then I started implementing the every day, like the days that I don't work out, I don't eat lunch. So like I'll just skip a meal because less calories. And like I feel pretty good, right? I'm losing a good amount of the weight and all that. And then like my mom comes back and she's like, why do you look like a dying man? I was like, what the fuck, mom? Like, where'd this come from? Like, I'm over here implementing a diet and it's working good. Like, I'm feeling better and I'm losing weight. And the first thing you say when we haven't seen each other for almost a month, because they're gone for like 3 weeks, like almost 3.5 weeks, is, why do you look like a dying man? Like, you look like a walking corpse. First of all, I'm not that skinny at all. I've never been that skinny. I haven't been under 200 pounds since I was like 11. Like, I'm a big bear. Always have been. So there is no, I'm not walking around looking like a fucking skeleton. Mom's just like, why are you dying? It's like, nah, what the, what is up? my, my mother's the worst. Like the whole time, like she's never made like comments of like, you're too fat, but she'll always be like, you sure you're good? You don't have any issues, like stuff like sliding in the things of like, you should probably take care of yourself a little better. And then like does the are you you feeling okay, and then glances at dad and the like, you don't want to end up like that kind of deal. And then here I am implementing it, and she'll just be like, is that really all you're gonna eat? You used to eat more. Are you feeling okay? Why aren't you eating as much as you used? I'm like, because I'm trying to lose weight. Like, I don't have a gym here. Like I don't have like a gym at home. I got 2 dumbbells in my body weight. All I got to work with. I'm not about to pay a gym membership. I ain't got money for that. Rather buy a video game. I'm gonna do that instead. Cheaper. She's, it just cracks me up though. All this like, we need to be healthy. We need to be healthy, and I'm being healthier and healthier, and so I lose weight for being healthier. And then she's just like, "You okay? Are you depressed? Is that why you're not eating?" To be fair, like the one time I was like extremely depressed, I didn't eat. All I did was like I'd be awake for like 4 hours and I'd go to sleep. I was like a straight up koala bear. And so warranted, but it's also been like 8 years since that happened. So I don't think like I don't think it's close enough that that should be a big thing. Big ass bowl of cereal at almost midnight. Goodness gracious. What kind of cereal? That's the real question. What kind of cereal did you get? Raves. Acceptable. Acceptable. I don't think I've ever had them. I've seen them, but I've never had them. I'm more of a cinnamon toast crunch or raisin bran crunch myself. One of those two. I don't know. I don't like them like super duper sweet, but I do like a little bit of that cinnamon toast crunch. That's like, yeah, I feel like that's a big one. I feel like that's like cinnamon toast crunch is kind of one thing where it's like I don't know, unless you absolutely detest cinnamon, like for cereal, it's so good because like you eat the cereal and then you have this nice liquid of cinnamony sugar milky goodness that you can just chug down when you're done. Oh, divine. Divine. I love it. All right, yeah, I'm gonna end stream there though. We're ending a little early. Usually I try to go to like 11:30 my time, which is like another 30 minutes, or like to midnight my time. But my brain's feeling too fuzzy. This is gonna take a lot of work. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Tomorrow will be more coding during the day, more MOOC coding during the day. We'll finish this, and then I'll go on to the next part, and then it'll be grind blue at night. Yeah, I was thinking that because she's live. That was a pretty good lineup. I was trying to remember if I'd rated next before. I couldn't remember. I'll just go say hi anyway. Cult of the Lamb is a game that like I wanted to get because I like those styles of games, but then I didn't care for the like actual like world building behind it. Oh, was it? All right, then I have before. Oh well. Next, I'll get another rid. I'm too lazy to look at my Twitch list to see who else is live, but that'll be it for the night stream. Thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. If it's early in the day for you, if it's a good day, if it's late in the day for you, stay hydrated. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.